Creative minds, welcome back to Those Fashions Academy TV. In this episode 5 of our jackets variation series, we are diving into an elegant and creative project, how to draft and sew a draped jacket with an integrated shawl collar. If you have seen our draped skirt tutorial, you will love this jacket. It pairs perfectly for a complete and stylish look. It's exciting to see you all exploring the look. So now let's dive into this jacket right here. If it's your first time of being to this channel, click on the subscription button and subscribe so that you will not be left out by the time more amazing videos content are published. So right now I have with me here the basic bodice, which is the front and the back with all the bodice that is the shoulder, the bust, and then the waist. So I have my measurements on my table, which are my circumference measurements, my waist, my hip, my waist. If you don't know how to do this basic bodice that you're seeing here, check the comment section right now. Then you're going to be seeing how this is drafted in the comment section. And then my jacket length is going to be getting to my hip length. But if you want your jacket to go beyond, you can go beyond that. But for this project, it is to the hip length. So now we're going to be starting the modification, which is starting from the armhole. So because jackets, it is to be layered. You know, you're going to be wearing something under, either you're something under or, so you have to add enough ease allowance. So that is why ease allowance is added when you're doing any jacket projects. So just like we've been doing for all our jacket variations, we are going to be adding ease allowance of 1 inch to our underarm. This allow ease for layering of your jackets. When you're wearing something under, is going to be comfortable, and even the sleeve too. So perfect. I've gone ahead to add 1 inch allowance for my underarm, that is for the back and for the front piece. Now for all your circumference measurements as well, you also had ease allowance before you divide into 4. That is your bust, your waist, your hip. You also add ease allowance, which can range between 1, 2, 3, depending on the ease you want. So now don't forget to return the darts you've already took on your shoulder. You return back the 1 inch, and then I'm going to be rightly contouring my front armhole. That is what I'm doing there by going inside by half an inch. Just like I said, how to do this modification, everything has been done on the basic bodice. I'm just trying to recap because there is a little difference around the underarm that we are doing right here right now. So don't forget, if you don't know how to do your basic bodice, check the comment section right now, and then you'll be seeing how it's done right there. You can see for my back, I didn't do shoulder dart for this back for this project, so I just do that of the front, and I'm cool with it. So right now, the next thing we want to do now is to now put all our circumference measurements. So which is your circumference? So if you say your bust measurements, you measure your bust circumference, you had your ease allowance, you divide by 4. So you put your measurement there. After putting your measurement, it is when you're not going to be determining your seam allowance. So you can now say my seam allowance is just half an inch, or I just want to use 1 inch for my seam allowance, or 1.5. But because it's a jacket, you don't need much seam allowance. 1 inch is okay since you've added enough ease allowance to your measurements before doing division. So just do 1 inch seam allowance. You can as well do half an inch. So I'm going right now to return my measurement, and also I return my dart intake. Don't forget, for every of your dart intake, return them back into your measurements. Please don't forget. So I'm returning back on my waistline. I took a measurement for the waist dart of about 1.5, which is 0.75 on both sides, because I'm working with a medium measurement of a jacket here. That's why it's 1.5. For small, it is 1. For medium, it's 1.5. Then for large, it is 2 inches. All this we've explained in how to make our basic bodies, which is the foundation for all pattern draft. You should go to our channel right now, check and draft it, then come back to this project. It's going to help you and save you a lot of old stress. So right now, in doing this now, it is DIY. So I've already gone ahead to put my measurement, my size circumference, and then I'm going to be putting my seam allowance on both sides. It is it is exciting to see that you all exploring draping techniques with us. Just like our drape skirts that is dropped, we see massive views on it, and it is amazing that we see it. Then this skirt, it is rightly paired also with a drape skirt, and that is why we are going to be bringing another skirt draping. This time around, we are going advanced. So we are going to be advancing it, and it's going to be a tulip. So drape your tulip skirt with me soon. Go right now, stop the video, go and subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you get notified when it's this. My name is Mary Adedoyin, and I am the lead fashion store of Those Fashions Academy, where we help you to give your creativity expressions with our simple, detailed, and timely pattern making, craft, and sewing classes. This is Those Fashions Academy TV, where we are intentional in helping you to give your creativity expression with amazing video content that is dropping every Saturday. We drop video on this channel. Please don't stay far. Like, comment, share, and also subscribe. So right now, my bag is just going to be cotton fold. I'm not going to be cutting it into pieces. I'm not going to be contouring the bag, so I'm just going to be cutting it on fold, and that's why the bag, it is cut on fold. So I want to put my bust dart because I've not actually added my bust dart before. So as a way of recapping, your bust dart, you can get your bust dart measurements by deducting your front shoulder to your waist measurements from your back shoulder to your waist measurement. The one I'm using here is just 1 inch because front shoulder to the waist is 16, back shoulder is weight is 15, and then so my bust dart is now 1 inch, which I'm putting over there at my side bust dart. So now that we already have this on our table, the next thing we want to do right now is to cut. In this particular tutorial, you're going to be learning how to absorb that creatively into your drape structure, draft a shawl collar that integrates directly with the neckline and creates that flowing wave effect that makes the jacket truly stand out. And that's why this jacket is just a masterpiece. It's a beautiful jacket. So whether you're a beginner or an intermediate fashion designer, this is a must try. Grab your tools and follow along with it. So it's going to be very quiet. So we've already do the modification by adding the ease allowance we want to add on the underarm, and then at the ease at the body circumference, enough ease allowance we want to add. We've already done that. We've already add this to it. So now let's go through this process step by step of creating this beautiful global fashion piece. So right now we are not going to be having any darts stitching in our front bodies. So all that will be closed, and the darts will now be absorbed into we are going to be absorbing that into the drape creativity. So now I'm going to be closing. I opened my bust darts, and then I'm closing my shoulder darts. Open your bust darts, your side bust darts, and close your shoulder darts. Open your side bust darts and close your shoulder darts. So that is what I'm doing here right now. Like I said, all that they are going to be absorbed into the drape. We are not going to be stitching any darts in front. We can only have the darts at the back of this project. So but for the front, we are not having that. All that is going to be absorbed into the drape. So you close your shoulder darts, and it is now in your bust darts. So now having this on my bust darts, now I'm also going to be transferring this to my waist dart. So in transferring this to my waist dart, I first of all open my center front bust. So I wanted to transfer it there before, but I eventually just choose to put everything back into my waist dart, and I absorb it into this. So but you can however also leave it at your bust dart. You can say I want to also close my waist, then I put it back into my bust dart. So my bust dart, when it is extended for the drape, is going to absorb. So it is a two-way thing. You can do it either ways. But for this project, after doing this, I have my center bust dart now, and then I also have my waist dart. So like I said, now for this now, it is needed for you to now slash the line of your bust palm down, because it is going to be you are now going to be cutting into separate, right? So it's going to be, so it is slashed into there. So we want to absorb the dart. We are not slashing through. We want to absorb, pardon me, we are not slashing through. So I just want to remove the dart so that I can absorb the dart into the drape. Exactly what we are doing right here. So Mary Adonai is the one that is working over here, and I am the lead fashion store of Those Fashions Academy. So now this is what we're going to be doing now. So I'm going to be adding a paper underneath that for the drape. So I'm going to be closing that bust dart. So in draping, creating an extension, please don't use small paper. Don't manage your paper, because when you're trying to shift your pattern, you are shifting it, trying to make the wave. Just allow your pattern to sit very well on the paper. Do you get it? I'm talking from experience, because I've tried this before, using a small paper, patching, and at the end of the day, everything didn't fall nicely. I don't like it. So look for a paper you can put your pieces together first, then you now lay it under, and ensure that your pattern is lay flat. In our skirt pattern, one-sided draped skirt pattern, like I said, that is in the comment section that you can check. It's also the same thing I explained it. Let the paper stay. So right now, I'm not going to be using my bust dart. I just want everything to just be on the waist, and then I'm just going to follow the flow. But you can say you want the bust dart, so it is up to you. But for this case, let it absorb into the drape on the waist. So now I'm going to be closing my center front bust dart back. So I've gone ahead to close my center front bust dart, and then I'm having just my waist. My baby wants to join me in drafting. Okay. So after doing this right now, I'm going to rightly tape this on this paper. Then we are now going to be doing some modification. Guys, please pay attention, pay close attention to this. It is very, very lovely and beautiful, a simple project to do. So this is where the work begins. This is where the modification, the manipulation, everything you want to do here, it's starting now. So right now I'm taping my pattern on this. So you can see that all my darts has been transferred back to my waist, and then I'm taping this on the paper, and I'm using a paper that is enough, not that I'm trying to shift my pattern, adjust my pattern, move my pattern. No, I'm using a paper that is enough. I just placed my pattern on it rightly. So right now, what we are now going to be doing right now is we are now going to be extending from the shoulder. You see that shoulder line that was there before? You are not cutting your neckline. You're not cutting neckline for both your front and your back. No, everything is going to be extended. That is why it is integrated shawl. It is an integrated shawl collar. That is what we are doing. So now we are going to be extending. You can see the way I extended it. It goes in that direction, not that it's coming down. So the way you're going to be placing is very important because of your drape. So here you're now going to be determining the length you want for your drape, where you want your drape to start from, the fall. So you can say 8, you can say 6, you can say 4, you can say 10. It depends on the drape you actually want, just like you are seeing the image in this. So for this image, say it is around 8 inches. So it's 8 inches now. So for 8 inches, and don't forget to notch where your neckline stops, because when you want to fold your collar now, you're going to be noticing where your shoulder starts. By the time you want to stitch your shoulder for the front and then for the back. Then the next part you're going to be extending is the bust line. So on my bust line now, I extended this, but I noticed that I don't have more volume for what I want for my drape. I think I have about 12 here or so, or 10, but I want more. So I added extra paper over there to add to it. But if it is okay, you can just do 10. Depends on your flow, the flow you want, the fall you want. It is not a constant number. I used 8 inches around the shoulder extension, and then I had 5 inches to the 8. That is around 13, right, on my bust line. So that is what I did. Then I'm going to be blending all this into the side seam at the hem line of this jacket. But before I do that, I want to get my high hip line. So my high hip line is where I'm going to be targeting that curve to just flow inward into that side seam. So mostly eye hip line is about 4 or 4.5 inches from your hip line. Yeah, from your, yes, so your eye hip line is about 4 or 4.5 inches from your waistline, rather, pardon me. So you measure from your waistline to your hip line. So it is about 4 or 4.5 inches, depending on the measurements you are working with. To get your hip line again, it is about 4 inches from your waist to your hip line. That is around the panties line. So I trace the flow. You can see I first of all use my pencil to get the flow, I want a very continuous flow that just flow into. I don't want it to look too sharp. The flow must be continuous. So after doing that now, so you're also going to be connecting that to go and meet the particular one at the bust line. So I'm going to repeat, your bust line is, your shoulder line is extended, going in that direction. Don't change the ruler direction or your hand direction. Go up, so go in that direction, and then you extend your bust line as well. You put all the measurements you're going to be using on those parts. I use 8 and 13 for the sake of this project that is here. So after doing this, I have the enough integrated shawl collar extension for what I need here. You are not cutting any neckline. I'm going to repeat again. Don't cut the neckline. Just draw the neckline, but don't cut it for both your fronts and your back. Your neckline should be there, and don't forget to notch the neckline area. So notch where your neckline starts from. That is to get your shoulder joining. But then you want to join this on your fabric, so don't forget to notch the neckline area there. So I'm going to go ahead now, and then I'm going to be cutting this out. Ask me again, what is an integrated shawl collar? A shawl collar is a curved collar extensions that rolls over the neckline smoothly. So now when we now say when integrated, I'm trying to tape all my paper on this very well so that there won't be any fall or any flow or any cutting. I love to maintain my pattern very neat. And then you can see there's so much details on this project, so even anyone pick it can do it. So always put your name, your size you are drafting, the dates, the front, the back, label your pattern appropriately. Okay, so seam labeling, you should know how to do this. So when integrated, it's drafted together with the front bodice. No separate collar piece is attached. It creates a fluid, elegant look, perfect for draped styles. Do you get it? So this is how it is done. Boom, we have this. Wow, just amazing. So this is what we have now for our draped fronts. So now we are going to be working at back, because the back also is going to be built up. You are not also cutting the neckline. It is built up and it is continued into the project in that manner. So that is how it is done. So right now I'm going to be trimming everything that is yet to be trimmed. So that is what we have there. So this is now the drape. You can see how the drape is looking. So you go ahead now and then you fold it over. Let's talk about fabric choice. So you can see how I'm draping this. So it's because it's paper, it's not that easy to drape with paper. But if it's your fabric, everything does fall nicely. If you want a tutorial for this, in making this, you can message us right now. We're going to be guiding you on how to see this, but it is very simple to follow. You just cut the pieces for the front two pieces and then use the same fabric for interfacing, except you want different fabric to interface. Oh my god, my baby is calling for my attention. She wants to join me in drafting this. So right now, that is how the drape it's falling, and then you can look at it. So look at that. So I'm showing you how the drape is going to flow along. So you can drape it anyhow. You can decide to just spread it like just one piece color without pleating it. You can pleat it, you can gather it, you can do anything you want with your drape fall. So you can see how it is. So if you want it longer than that, you can add more volume. If you want it smaller than that, you can reduce this. Fabric choice and color are critical for achieving that elegant, fluid, high fashion look. When you're making this, so you need to consider the color you're using. You also consider the fabric. You can work with fabric like crepe, like scuba knit, like wool satin, or wool blend, like silk satin, or silk crepe like tulle or gabardine. So you can work with either of those fabric. Like I said, if you want me to guide you in making all this, you can just reach out to us at thosefashions1@gmail.com, or just drop the comments in this comment section, and we are just going to be attending to you. So right now, that is how the flow continues, and then it just fall nicely. So I'm showing you how the drape just flow, and then it flow and it goes on and it goes on like that. So you can pleat it, you can do whatever it is you want to do. So voila, we have this, and this is looking so beautiful. So now we are going to be working with the back. When we are talking about color, if you want a bold and a vibrant colors, you can use either orange, royal blue, emerald green, fuchsia, or magenta. If it's a neutral that elevates style, you can say maybe ivory or off-white. You can say tape or camel. You can say charcoal gray. Okay, so you can work with either. And if you want a very high contrast, so you can leave it spread like that, the way I'm spreading it, just like that. Yeah, so if you want high contrast, you can just do black, or you just color block misses. So I also guide you in doing your color block if you don't know how to do color block in classes at Those Fashions Academy. So I'm taking a break to attend to myself. I've attended to our boom right now. So we have this right here now. So that is how it's going to be flowing, and that is the look of the entire jacket. So you are going to be having two pieces. One is going to be on one side and the other is going to be on the other side of the project, and that is it. So right now, let's see what happens to the back. Ask me what happens to the back. Mary, what happens to the back? How do we integrate the back collar without cutting any separate collar piece, just like the same way you've measured earlier? So right now we will be working with the back. So in bringing out your back piece, you're also going to be adding extension to the back collar. So this is my back now, and then I already have a paper, so we don't need much work on the back. It's just the extension, and on the back we are just going to be maintaining our double pointed dart. Some people also call it a contour dart, some people call it a fish eye dart. So the dart we have there is what we are going to be working with. You can see I just slant the shoulder. I am not cutting the neckline. The neckline is going to be extended like a built up. If you have watched our bolero jackets, you'll have understand this concept very well, because in the bolero jacket we also explain how to do a bolero without the neckline, then the bolero with a built up neckline. So now I'm going to go ahead right now, and then I'm going to be taping this to this paper right here. Just you are seeing it there before now extending my neckline. So here now you're not going to determine the fold, because whatever you put here, it's what you're going to be having at the back neckline. If it's like a 3 inches you want for your neckline, that is even while folded, 3 inches, so that is 3 plus 3 6. If it's just 4, is okay. That is 2 by the time it is folded. So now you're going to be placing, you can see the way I'm placing my pattern master. I'm not placing it straight. This is wrong. Don't use the straight side, use a cuff. Your neckline is cuff, so this will help the neck to sit well, and you can see it's not straight, it flows in the direction of the neckline, just same way the neckline is going before. That is the direction. Please take key notes to this. This is very important. I'm telling you, very important. Don't do that. Do the curve side of your ruler, your pattern master, your French curve, whatever you are using. So it is the curve. So now I'm just like I said, I'm going to work it with 6 inches. So 6 inches will help me to have 3 inches on fold at the back. So it's going to just be 3 inches for my collar at the back. If it is 4, if it's 2 inches you want, so you just do 4. So now on the center front as well, you're also going to be squaring it up by same 6 inches you have there, 6 inches there, and then you connect. So you have your back beat up neckline, which is going to be attached. Then don't forget to curve from that place to your shoulders. So it's not going to be like a continuation, right? This is just looking so beautiful. So I hope you are having a nice time watching this. So that is how it just the flow continues, and then you're going to be cutting this out. That is how the project is going to be presenting itself. So that is it. Now it is on fold. Look at the folded area. So that is how it's going to be folded. So now when you want to cut, now you're going to be cutting the back on fold. So it is going to be unfold, then the front is going to be joined to the back. So look at what I'm showing you there. Your shoulder is now going to be joining your shoulder. Now your side seam is very important. Like I said, every dart you take, you return it back. We have not returned the back, the darts we took on the bust dart. So anytime you are working with your project, remember to always put back that dart you took on your bust dart at the hem line, especially in the projects that are sensitive like this, because when you cut your fabric, you'll be short of fabric. I tell you, I lie not. So this is it now. So my bust dart was 1 inch, so I'm going to be returning back down 1 inch. I remembered, not that I didn't remember it earlier on, but because I don't have enough paper at that hemline, so I skipped that part. So if you have enough paper, always put it there. So you can see that is my 1 inch, and then I'm just going to be blending in 1 inch. And that will help me to have a side seam that are aligned to each other, and not that one side seam is short to the other side seam. So everything just align and fall in places. So that is how it is done. When you take that on your basic bodice, you return all the bodice that into its back. Okay, so that is taken for shaping and for fitting, right? So you also have to return because it is part of your measurement. So I've gone ahead to also return back that side seam, and then I have this over there. Please don't forget that the links to the basic body, you can see now it is equal on the side right now. Perfect. The links to the basic bodice drafting tutorial and the draped skirt pattern video are right below in the comment section. And also look out for the tulip drape that we are bringing very soon. So subscribe now and turn up your notification bell. They will help you to follow along smoothly of what you are just getting started. So look at the way it's going to be going. Your shoulder will be joined with your shoulder, and then the neckline will be going into the neckline extension, just like the way you're seeing me doing right there. Exactly right. So then you stop where it's also stop, and then it's just going to be falling nicely to your neckline. It's going to be rolling over at the back, and then your drape is going to be there. See in the first video that it's shown earlier on, you see how it is done. So right, see in the picture now, you see this is how to achieve your draped jacket with an integrated shawl collar. Guys, do you have an amazing time watching this? So if this tutorial helped you, show some love by hitting the like button, sharing it with other creatives, subscribing to our channel for more fashion design content and pattern drafting tips that you are going to be learning. Don't forget, every Saturday, new episode are dropped on this channel. For now, every Saturday we drop new episode on this channel, and the skirt the skirt that is used to model this jacket is going to be dropping very, very, very soon. Please don't stay far. So now look at it. I just make a tape. I use my masking tape to just tape this to show you. You can see the shoulder joined to the shoulder, and it is extended to the neckline. So by the time it is folded now, so the collar is now going to be folded. So that is the back, and that is also the front. You can see, so it is like that. Do you see that? Do you see the neckline? So it's because it's one side. So the first video, go back to the beginning. You're going to be seeing how it looks like having the complete, because I have to cut the other side as well to show you the effect. But for you to now achieve this fully, join our sewing classes. Message us now, mail us now at thosefashions1@gmail.com. And this brings us to the end of today's tutorial. So if you want to leave it open, leave it open. If you want to plate it, plate it. If you want to gather, you're free. It's a free one. So you're free to do whatever you want to do with this project. Just go along with the flow. You can see, look at the fall. Very nice. It falls so nice. You don't need to even struggle with it. So just imagine paper looking like this. Now, if you are not careful with your fabric, picking a very beautiful fabric, because you have to consider your fabric in picking for this. You'll pick your fabric. I've mentioned earlier the fabric to use, and then you use it for this. Just imagine the results you're going to be having. Thank you for watching this episode of Jacket Variations, the draped jacket with an integrated shawl collar. We hope you were inspired and now feel confident enough to try it out for yourself. This is Those Fashions Academy, where we help you to give your creativity expressions, because your creativity need to be seen. It deserves to be seen. So right now, guys, tag us along in your results. Send us your results. We want to hear from you. We love to hear from you. And don't leave without liking and also subscribing, comment, and share. We see you in the next jacket variation that is coming up soon. Don't miss out. Be the first to see the notification. You want to be on the lookout for it. Just guess the jacket variation that is coming next. See you. All right, so do have an amazing time. And if it's the blazer jacket you want, check our channel. We have other episodes. This is episode 5. Check back for other episode and also stay for the coming episode. Guys, try this out. Send to us. Let us hear from you, and also join us in the sewing classes for this project. So bye. Have an amazing time. Bye.